Namaste, my beautiful queens. Today I want to do 3 sets of cards, which would consist of a spread so-called triplet. What is triplet? Past, present, future. Those of you who are trying to learn tarot, this is the easiest and surprisingly extremely informative way for pretty much any situation you can think of, about love, about job, about anything whatsoever you are dealing with. You are putting down the card which explains the base of that situation. What was the base of that situation? Why the situation occurred? How that situation started? Like the fundamental reasons for that. Number one would tell you the present, what is going on right now. You can get all the information from that. And the third card will show you the future. So past, present, future, and it can show you any situation whatsoever. What you must please be specific about, my queens, is the time period you are asking that question. Because will I ever be with this man? Ever, you know what ever means. Ever can be, you can be with this man 5 lives from now in 700 Earth years. Will I ever kiss his beautiful lips? Again, ever means it can happen, probably not on this planet, not in this dimension, and not probably within the next couple thousand years. Please don't do this ever, forever and ever, because you are amazing me with this. Will I be forever and ever with him? As someone who is with my twins forever and ever in every single life, I can tell you it's not a piece of cake, it's not an easy walk in the park, because every single life you come, you start over, and you teach each other all kinds of lessons. So, if you're asking and you're putting down the triplet, please be specific with a period of time you want to know the future. So ask within next 3 months, 2 months, 6 months, 8. Just do not ask over 1 year. Dynamic changes, vibration change, and do not ask for over than a 1 year period. Also, please try not to ask within the next 3 days. You can. Will he call me within the next 3 days? You don't need a triplet for that. You can do 1 card. Tarot don't answer you yes or no. They give you much deeper answers. These are very deep tools. Extremely deep, extremely wise. So what I want you to do, I want you to choose number from 1 to 3. So we're going to do row 1, past, present, future, row 2, past, present, future, row 3, past, present, future. And it's not going to be specifically about love or specifically about something. This is going to be general, but of course if I see cups there, I will tell it to you from a point of view of everything. And we're going to just add 1 card of Doran Virtue, the romancing angels, just for having, like, see what else they can tell us. So far, choose number from 1 to 3. Why I decided to do such a spread? Because if I'm putting card and this is your past and this is something you were dealing with, then there is just something here for you to see. If this has nothing to do with your past, then that's not for you to see or to hear. Okay, so let us go. I am asking for the spirits of fire, the spirits of earth, the spirits of air, the spirits of water, to give us the answers to our questions. The forces of light and love, the guides and the keepers, please give us the answers, touching it to my forehead, to my mouth, and to my heart. So, holding it upside, try not to hold it upside down. Your past, number 1. Your present, your future. Row number 2. Your past, your present, your future. Number 3. Your past, your present, your future. Please determine a period of time you are asking. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Oops. Okay. Again, my beauties, I'm repeating myself. Please take into consideration that I'm not specifically talking about either love or I'm going to be talking about everything. So love, we're going to look at door and virtue. So let us go. Number 1, row number 1, row number 2, row number 3. Those of you who put timestamps, thank you very, very, very much. I appreciate it. Your past, okay, your past hangman. So definitely hangman is not always a negative card. Sometimes it means that you had to stay in a situation where you couldn't change anything because it was supposed to be this way. What does it mean? For example, you became a student of something, and it requires for you to stay, you know, in a university or in college for 2, 3, 4 years until you get your diploma. But most of the time, of course, the hangman comes with the negative, and this is major arcana. So if you were dealing with this, please pay attention. This is the when you were a victim of circumstances, or you proclaimed yourself a victim of circumstances. So I cannot do anything, I cannot change anything, maybe this is my destiny, maybe this is my karma, maybe I have to do it, maybe like that. Of course, if this is your if you were studying, you were a student, you were in a position of hangman because this was required for you to achieve a higher goal, then it's not your case. But if you were in a situation or where you proclaimed yourself a victim and you just stop fighting for what you want, for what you believe, for what you need, then of course this would be a negative. But this is your past. We will see if it's already been gone, because this is a victim. You just have to stop being a victim of the situation. You have to take your destiny into your own hands, and you must start acting. If it's about love, if we're talking about love, this is you just keep me hanging on. So you don't know what's gonna happen, you just hanging out there, you don't leave, there is no development of this relationship, there is apathy, there is nothing is moving nowhere, but you just keep on hanging on there, and you asking yourself, looking up in the sky, asking yourself why, what for, why this all happened to me. But you need to start acting. It's you are being limited. This is a limitation, and also it could be by your own passiveness, that you have to do something, you have to be patient. For example, you know, you are trying to learn Chinese, you cannot learn Chinese in 3 days. It's also a hangman position. But this is the situation. If we look at the positive aspect of hangman, it can talk about you learning to be patient. But just don't be patient with someone abuses you or mistreats you. But this is in the past. Let's see what's in the present, and why is that? Why in the present you do have you do have tendency of the past influencing you. I connected with love. I will explain you why I connected with love, because they are the cups here. There is the 4 of cups. Especially if you are either you are yourself Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or you're dealing with Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So you are stuck, and you were stuck in it for quite a bit of time, and there is no much reasons for you to be sad. There's 3 cups ahead of you, and right here you see a cup which is being given to you from heaven. Means that you are, even especially if you are single right now, the destiny, the gods, whatever you want to call it, are giving you the opportunity to be with someone new. But you're so stuck in your sadness, you know, not being happy, of your dreams not come true, of a life not to be the way you want it to be, that you don't see the gifts in front of your head. We have a tarologist have a joke about this one. When in some decks this is on a cloud, and this man says, I've asked you ice caramel macchiato, not americano with no sugar, something like this. So you know it's given to you, but you say that's not what I want. So if you are sad, in apathy, depressed, life is boring, you are stuck in a relationship which have no perspective, especially if we connect these 2 cards together, please take yourself out of it. Very often, you know what shows in here. It's probably gonna start stupid, but you know, a woman is in love with a famous I don't know, singer, for example, or not with a famous singer, but with someone who is far away from her. So there is no chance for her to know who she really dealing with, probably in real life, in real everyday life. He is not a piece of cake, and he's not what she thinks he is. She created this fantasy in her head about that idol of hers, and so it's this kind of love. This is of course for not for many of you, but this could be that you loving someone who is on the distance, and you don't have a chance to get disappointed in him and see him how he truly is, because he doesn't give you this, because he just gives you a picture of himself, probably not what how the picture is real, and you don't want anybody, you know, if I can't have you, I don't want nobody, baby. So you are like that, and you of course need to get yourself out of this, because destiny is giving you lots of chances. This is love. If this is not love, then still you are disappointed in something. It's connected with your past. You didn't get something, and you don't want what is life offering you, because you want that. So please get yourself out of this and take take what the destiny is giving you. Let's see into your future. Wow, that future is brilliant. So you're gonna get out of that, you're gonna deal with that, you're gonna take all these opportunities. What comes to the future? Now, the most positive card, the number one positive card in major arcanas is the card of the sun. This sun doesn't have any shadows, of course, and the sun means that in the future you are a ruler, you are a queen, you are a king. It's connected with number 19, number 30, and also especially if you are a Leo, because this is a card of the sun in 5th house, means a Leo. This is joy, this is happiness, this is wealth, this is creative potential, this is everything. This is major arcana. I could talk about it till tomorrow, but all your dreams would come true. My goodness, why my phone is giving me such hard time. In love, okay, there is new love. For those of you, definitely new love, but I just don't want you to be dwelling in this, because you can look at that new love and say, oh, whatever, I don't want a new love, I want the old one. A new person has steered your romantic feelings. Probably he didn't steer your romantic feelings yet, but he is going to, because this is, I'm looking into the future. Looks good. This is all for those of you who chose row number 1. Next one, row number 2, past. We're gonna put this so far here, past, present, future. Okay, number 2. So the past. Oh my God! Wow, who broke your heart? It's good that it's in the past. Unfortunately, In classical deck, it doesn't look as good. Well, it doesn't look good in this deck either, but in classical deck, the Three of Swords looks like the heart which is pierced with three swords. I wouldn't wish to my worst enemy this type of the experience, but of course it can deal with things connected with heart, with love, third party relationship, broken heart, frozen heart, emotional exhaustion, really hard. It's like heart broken. The emotional it's like you feel destroyed. You feel like nothing anymore makes sense. Some of you had to do the choice which you had to make. That choice was heartbreaking, whether it is love or whether it is something else, but it was really heartbreaking for you. Also, some of you had to say goodbye to someone, and some of you had to leave the place you loved and you were happy at. So it's a situation connected with heartbreaking circumstances, whether it comes to love, relationship, or it comes to other circumstances in life. Very sad. Present. Okay, why we have all these swords here? Present is not easy for you either. You have to still fight for what you consider important, what you consider believe. But I want to give you a little advice here. Please don't be so tough on yourself, especially because we're having swords, and we're having swords, especially if you are a sword air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, because it's negative. Your present, you think that your present is still very negative. And you have to fight, you have to win at any cost, you have to win no matter what. It's very stressful. Your present is very stressful. This is a stressful situation, but you know what, my beautiful queen, some of you are fighting destiny. Some of you are fighting something which cannot be fought. You are fighting for something. Please feel in your heart chakra what is that I'm talking about, because the spirits are talking with you. Only you know what I'm talking about. You are fighting blood and sweat for something which is not gonna make you neither happy nor joyful, nothing like this. It's conflicts. There are people who playing against you. There are enemies. There are those who are behind your back, and you say, I'm gonna win no matter what, I'm gonna fight no matter what. But you know, unfortunately, even if you achieve success, what comes to this card, you are going to give too much, and what you will receive at the end is not going to make you too much happy. This card, this tells you let go. Whatever you are asking about right now, please let go, because you're gonna fight. It's like, you're coming in front of the moving train and you say, I know I can fight. You cannot fight a moving train. You cannot fight with the tornado. You can hurt yourself, but you need to understand that you should not really fight for something which is only going to bring you pain. I want to see the future, because this is not something. Okay, there is your choice. You have to make a choice. Whoever chose number 2, look at this. The gate, my beautiful queens. This is a gate. And so far, how I am sick of this phone. And so far, you haven't decided what you will do. You are standing at this gate. You are not walking away from this gate, but you are not leaving your your past behind either. But the Two of Wands is very positive card. What comes only it's not positive when it comes to love, but this we have to take into consideration all three here. And this tells you that you have to take your destiny and your initiative into your own hands. This you have to walk through this gate and leave this unbearable painful situation in the past. Whatever you are asking, is it man, is it job, is it something else, you have to please get away. And it tells you, this future tells you that in the future you will succeed. But in order to succeed, you have to leave this all painful, unbearable situation behind. Then you will have new opportunities, then you will have new possibilities, then you will find the decisions to all kinds of issues, all kinds of problems. Yes, you are at crossroads. This is your crossroads. You need to choose what way to go, where to go. You need to choose it. And yes, it's hard for you to decide. It's hard for you to make that step, but you got to make that step, and that everything is going to work out. Let's see what love is gonna tell us. Stay optimistic about your love. So especially if you were dealing with a man, God forbid you were dealing with if this is a personality of a man, it's a narcissistic, psychopathic type of person who's gonna win no matter what, who's gonna enjoy your pain. Girls, please, I mean, if this is a man, please just get away. So right here we're having stay optimistic about your love life, positive thinking, and faith will bring you a romance. Of course, you need to heal from that. It's very difficult to stay optimistic if you are asking about love life after such a situation, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, you know it. After you go through situations like this, you know for sure what you don't want in life. Because when you are staying in a dark cave, then you know for sure you will start to value the sunlight. And the last one, we are going to look at role number 3. We're going to put love aside so far. Number 3. So I don't have no water, no coffee. Your past issues with finances, issues with lots of troubles. I am glad it is in your past, but at the same time, you know, this is a they call it bad card for love. Bad card for finances, not that bad for love, but it's pretty bad for love as well. The thing is, this is the card, the vibration, the card which does not love people who live listening to their hearts. This card loves those who use mind and logic. So what could happen is that you were shaking, your world was shaking by something. It could be something happened with those you love. You could lose somebody, or somebody you love could get sick, or somebody you love, you know, something happened, or you had to separate from somebody you love. But at the same time, this whole situation brought you unbelievable spiritual strength. You understood through this situation that you are much, much stronger than you thought of yourself. That you can handle much more that you thought you could handle. And this situation, as sad, as difficult as it is, could have given you extremely you know, like push forward, and it's a crisis, and it could be poverty and loss of a job, or loss of relationship, or risk and fear of poverty. But this also some goals and dreams you've had didn't come true, and then but at the same time it talks about spiritual, you became very, you grew really on this situation, you became much stronger. What is in the present? And present is still not easy. Look at Five of Wands. You still have to fight, but at the same time it's already better, because Five of Wands is not Five of Swords. It's much it's still not easy, but it's much more positive. Still you got you need to deal with lots of things. Still there are issues, but at the same time, this is the opportunity of you to show how strong you are, to show to yourself and to the others. This is your battle, and the battle for what you believe in, and a battle for what you consider right. And usually, my beautiful queens, this comes with the job and career. Someone's criticizing you, someone is not taking you seriously, someone is not taking your ideas seriously. Some of you, this is about exams. You have to, pass the exams. You have to win at some competition. Maybe it's always very often comes with different types of competition, or you have to find people who would help you in this situation, and you have it's competition. Someone competes with you, but at the same time, it means there are still obstacles there. There's still lots of things to decide. There's still lots of things you have to solve. But again, this is, no pain, no gain. This is making you really strong. Gosh, I hope this is positive. If this is going to show it to me one more time, okay, Wands, Pentacles, girls. Future is looking good here, really. Three of Wands. So it's a victory. It's a victory, and interesting thing. Sometimes you are going to leave the place and travel to another place right here. This is a card of successes, and it's success in both love, life, and career, and your spiritual strength, inspiration. And you finally, after all this hustle, you see where you need to go. There is your ship. It's not like you're standing at this ocean and the ship is still far away. You don't know what the hell to do because it's still far. You don't even know if there is a ship. You're already standing here. The ship is already visible. So the ship is going to come. You can choose whether you are going to stay on the bank or take this ship, but this is an opportunity for you to decide. Great perspectives, positive development of the situation, and also positive results of the situation. You achieving certain heights, but also in the future it tells you that from those heights you will be able to go higher. Interesting thing that one of the most beloved card of Higher Banshaf, the great, very famous tarologist, he says that why I love this card, because it talks about good development of the things, and the same time that things are gonna even get better in the future. And also it says that the test, that before that we had this test, but you only are able to achieve this because you were able to get through that. And love, we are having calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualization help bring you together. I'm not going to explain nothing about this one. I think everything is clear in here. This, my beautiful queens, everything about this reading. I hope it was helpful. If you need to contact me, this all information in the description box. I'm wishing you all the most beautiful things in the world, and namaste.